Hi everyone! So I'm going to show you the final stitch, which is the blanket stitch. So out of all of the ones that you've watched today, this is probably the most complex, but it is also the prettiest. So it leaves a really nice border, okay, and it leaves a really nice pattern on your piece of work. So like usual, you are going to need a needle with whatever colour thread threaded onto it and a knot tied at the end. You will also need some fabric scissors and you will need some fabric. So I've got the calico and pink felt, and I'm going to do a blanket stitch all the way around this, and this will be available for you in class if you want to have a look at a sample to help you. Now, because this one is a bit more complex, I'm showing you from my point of view here. So we need to thread our needle through the back of the felt only. Okay, so we're not going through the back of the calico. So if you look, I've just gone through the back of the felt. Okay, we are always going in the same direction. Our needle is never going to fully go through to the back side. It is always going to come up and around to the front. We are now going to pierce our needle through the back and turn and push it up through to the front here. And we are going to pull, 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 pull. Now, we've got a small loop. We need to thread our needle through the loop, and we need to keep pulling that, and we have our first thread. Now, this is how you start off. We then need to go through the back, pierce a little bit, and push our needle through to the front so that we are coming out through the felt. We are then going to pull, 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 pull until we have a small little loop. We thread our needle through the loop and we pull. And if it sits properly, we have a blanket stitch. Come back, come through, pull, pull, pull. Needle goes through the loop. And there we go. It's starting to come through. That one's just sitting a bit funny for some reason. So we're going to go through, back up, pull, pull, pull. Needle goes through the loop. And there we go. Alright, so it's starting to form a little border around. Now we keep going. It always comes through the back and pierces through to the front. Pull, pull, pull. And then our needle goes through both of the loops and we keep pulling. Through the back and through the front. Our needle goes through our tiny loop that we've formed. Oh, I missed a loop. And we pull, pull, pull. Now you want to make sure that we are keeping the distance here between each stitch needs to stay the same. And the length of the stitches, so how far down they're coming, that also needs to stay the same, otherwise it's going to look a bit silly. Okay, keep pulling. And there we go. So that's a blanket stitch, alright? It is tricky to start off, and I'm not quite sure why mine got a bit tangled, but that's alright. Okay, through the loop, and keep pulling. Now, that is our blanket stitch, apart from this one that's decided to come down a bit, okay? It's left a nice border around the edge of our felt, okay? And you can keep continuing around the whole border, okay? And it really finishes it off. It's also quite a secure stitch. Now, to finish off our blanket stitch, say this was enough. what I'm going to do is I'm going to pierce my needle through to the back, because this is the side that no one can see. Okay, and just like normal, all right, I'm going to go do a little in and out and through the loop once to form a knot, and then just again in and out with my needle, pull it through the loop and pull, and there's my little knot. So it's nice and secure on the back, and there it is on the front there, okay? So that is how you do a blanket stitch.